Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Los Angeles County Economic Development Corporation's COVID-19 Resources webinar series. I am Angela Amirkhanian, Outreach Program Manager and today's moderator. We thank you for joining us today to learn about the Keep Our Shops on the Block Personal Care and Retail Recovery Grant, as well as eligibility and how to apply, presented by LAEDC's Business Assistance and Connectory teams. I'd like to thank and recognize today's webinar partners, LA COVID Fund, Los Angeles County, and LISC LA. Los Angeles Economic Development Corporation is a 501c3 public benefit nonprofit organization whose mission is to harness the power of private sector in collaboration with LA County to guide economic development and create a more widely shared prosperity. LAEDC collaborates with all stakeholders in the region, including education, business, and government. We have a team of multilingual business assistance experts who are available countywide and ready to assist you. Here today to share information on our business assistance program as well as the grants are Angelica Banuelos, Barbara Levine, and Ricky Michelle. You will find their contact information on the screens. And here to start us off with our business assistance programs is Barbara Levine.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. As Angela said, the business assistance team and the Connectory team, we are a team of about 14, 15 professionals, and we do work with businesses of all types and all sizes throughout Los Angeles County. We offer business and technical assistance that's complimentary and confidential. There is no cost to you whatsoever, which is really great because it allows us to speak with you and to better ask you some questions about your business and ways that we can help you better sustain and grow, no matter your location, no matter your industry. And we are here to help you out. So we help businesses overcome challenges so you can sustain, grow, and hire. And some of the services that we provide include workforce training and development, expedited permitting, and that could not only be with your city, but it could also be with the county and with the health department and other, people who grant you permits and approvals to proceed, tax incentives, the very important access to capital, site selection and relocation, and we hope that's within Los Angeles County. Connections galore to private and public resources in different cities and city agencies. And there are several cost containment strategies that whatever we can do to help you with your bottom line, it helps you with your business, and also the all-important business resiliency resources. Part of our team is the Connectory, and it was launched at the very beginning of COVID-19, and I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague, Angelica. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. My name is Angelica Banuelos, and I am the Business Assistance Specialist for Los Angeles County Community Connectory program. The program was launched in early April in 2020 in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The program seeks to provide crucial resources to those businesses and nonprofits that have been affected by COVID-19. The following are some of the resources that we provide. Help employers overcome challenges and retain staff. Position for economic recovery, reopening guidelines and information, business and financial resources referrals, grant and loan opportunities, COVID-19 resources webinars, such as today's, the one that you guys are joining. And now I would like to share a couple of words in Spanish for those viewers. Mi nombre es Angélica Bañuelos y estoy representando a la organización sin fines de lucros del Condado de Los Ángeles del Desarrollo Económico. Estamos aquí para servirles y para decirles que nuestros servicios son gratuitos y están al alcance de ustedes. Y ofrecemos referencias para préstamos, para oportunidades de becas y también seminarios tales como el que están mirando en esta mañana. Por favor, contáctenos y con mucho gusto les vamos a atender. De nuevo, mi nombre es Angélica Bañuelos. Muchas gracias por su atención.
Hi, everyone, again. So please keep in mind that no matter who you have the pleasure of working with on our team, that each and every one of us are your valuable connection to resources. As I said, no matter where a business is located in the county, we're here to help you. We can provide permit assistance through various agencies, not only with a city or county. It could be with different divisions, such as with the AQMD or with health or different regulatory agencies, including the state. Financing, access to resources, not only through the COVID programs, but there are also financing programs through the county, through the Small Business Administration, as well as access to a number of loans and other items through our partners at the Small Business Development Centers. Don't forget your utility companies. Did you know that Edison, as well as the LA Department of Water and Power, they have energy efficiency programs? They do. So very often, ask us what you need or tell us what you're looking for, because utility companies do have customer resource centers that are at no cost to you whatsoever. Workforce development, whether you're looking to bring workers on or maybe help with training, or maybe there are some training programs through our partners at the community colleges that might be a great way for you to train your next generation of workers and help valuable workers and students learn a new trade. Economic data, we have availability of that through the resources at the LAEDC. And also, let's look at your bottom line, such as with insurance and workers' comp. And like I said before, whatever can help you save and goes right to your bottom line, it helps you with your business to stay in business and do better. Next slide, please. About this grant, and this is the Keep Our Shops on the Block grant. Last year, the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles Philanthropy, and LISC LA created the Regional Recovery Fund, and they deployed, $100 million to about 7,500 entities. In 2021, the County of Los Angeles is deploying 2 new rounds under the funds, and this is specifically for personal care and retail businesses, and it's called the Keep Our Shops on the Block. So in this program, $10,000 grants for personal care and retail businesses only. More than 450 grants to be deployed. In the round 2 applications, the application period opened yesterday morning, April the 26th, and closes on May the 2nd, and finalists will be notified on May the 7th. Next slide, please. Applicant eligibility. These are personal care and retail small businesses, and you must fall under one of these 25 categories: hair salons, beauty salons, skincare, flower shop, dry cleaners, donut shops, variety discount stores, acupuncturists, video game, jewelry, tattoo shops, music, and accessory stores. And we will be sending you a copy of this deck later today. Next slide, please. Application eligibility. Businesses must also meet the following eligibility. Business must be located in the County of LA, but excluding those businesses in the City of Los Angeles, because the City of Los Angeles has some of their own specific programs. You must be a brick and mortar business that is currently open and operating. Annual revenue under $1 million, and that's based on 2019 or 2020 tax return. You cannot have received a CARES Act funded grant from the County of LA this year in 2021. and the business must have been created as of September 2019. And I'd like to turn this over to my friend, Ricky. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. So moving along with the application process, all applications are done online, which is very convenient. You can go ahead and submit the application at lacovidfund.org. And it's important to know that the awards are not on a first come and first served basis. This is good news for you, because that means that if you've applied in round one, you do not have to apply again for round two. You're automatically in the running. So as long as you submit that initial application, you're essentially in the running for that assistance. The way the finalists are going to be selected, it's going to be basically a lottery. So it's going to be a randomized selection process. There are some elements that it will be weighted. If you can see, so some of the weight that the grant is going to be weighted on is going to be the HUD, LMI census tracts, census tracts with higher levels of pollution, per the Cal Enviro Screen Map, census tracts that indicate higher unemployment rates, lower education rates, lower medium household income, and lower jobs to population rates. The idea here is obviously to also look to the underserved populations of the area, so that they have equal chances of be looked for the assistance. Finalists will be notified via email 1 week after the round closes. Finalists, this is very important, finalists that were not selected will not be notified, and it will be automatically rolled over to the next round. So if you don't hear anything, chances are you're still in the running, but you will be notified if you are the lucky winner, per se. Next slide, please. So here's a list of the documentation that if you're chosen, you're going to be asked to provide. It's very important that you have these items ready to go in case you're chosen. And I'll just run down very quickly. Is the 2019 or 2020 federal tax return, the California Certificate of Good Standing, also registration for a technical assistance meeting with a verified SBDC. DD 214 if certificate if the business is veteran owned, a signed grant agreement, an online W-9 form, as well as your automatic clearinghouse information to be able to receive the assistance. Next slide, please. And lastly, on my part, I'd like to go over some frequently asked questions. Feel free also to ask questions in the comment box or the chat box, but if it's not covered on here, I'll quickly run through the most asked questions. So the first question is, if you've received the prior grant from the LA COVID Fund, are you still eligible? Yes, however, you cannot receive another CRF funded grant in 2021, as Barbara mentioned. Can I change my application after it's been submitted? Unfortunately, no. So it's very important that you provide all the correct information and it's been double checked before you submit. Are there eligible and ineligible uses of these grants? Yes, they primarily must cover business expenses. But that information is part of the application as well. So as you apply, you'll see where these expenses fall, whether they're eligible or ineligible. Now, my business is not listed on the 18 eligible personal care and retail business types. Am I eligible? The question, I know the answer is no, but unfortunately, these are for businesses that meet that criteria, for those specific businesses. That there are other resources. For the example given is a restaurant. They do not qualify, but there is other assistance programs for restaurants. So this is for the businesses that may slip through the cracks. How will I be contacted or know if I receive a grant? It will be by email. I am undocumented. Am I able to apply for the grant? And the answer is yes, but you will need the tax identification number. Will you be receiving a grant impact, will receiving the grant impact your unemployment insurance eligibility? The answer for that is it may. We suggest that you contact EDD to ensure how receiving an award like that will impact your claim. Lastly, just make sure your personal name and your business name do not have any special characters. You want to make sure that your information is correct so that they can contact you right away.
Great. Thank you so much, Ricky. Thank you for sharing that important information. We are next going into our Q&A session. So if you haven't yet submitted your questions, go ahead and submit it in the chat box. Until then, a very important website and email to jot down is lacovidfund.org, where you can actually view the application as well as all of the eligibility, documentation, and all of the rules and regulations that you can thoroughly download and read through on lacovidfund.org. So we'll wait for some questions to come in. Go ahead and send it in through the chat, and the team will address it in the Q&A session.
Angela, we do have a question from Brian Chung. He asks that he's a small business owner of an automotive repair and service shop in Downey. He's applied for the grant previously since the first round, but he's been waitlisted every round and has not been selected as of yet. He's asking, is this because my business is an automotive repair? He just wants to confirm whether he falls in lines of those specific business types.
I'll help you with that one. Angela, can you go back to that slide about the approved businesses that lists the automotive or appliance repairs? So this is the appropriate grant for you to apply for. It could be that the other grants that perhaps your type of business was something that was not that was eligible. Other things to check for is, did you get some kind of a receipt or confirmation that your application went through, no matter what grant or what loan, whatever loan you applied for? That's something else. So what we're finding is it could be that you did everything right, but your internet connectivity was not in your favor. So it could be that everything did not get transmitted, or your application wasn't filled out specifically for everything they want. But, you know, our fingers are crossed that your first application for the Keeps Your Shops on the Block grant did go through, because automotive or appliance repair is one of the approved businesses. So we wish you good luck.
Thank you, Barbara. If any other questions have come in, Ricky, I'll let you read a couple more.
No additional questions. I don't see any other questions, but keep in mind, if at lacovidfund.org, there's also a frequently asked questions section there where you'll see a lot of this same information mirrored there. And it's a good place to check if you don't. We would prefer that you'd ask the question to us so that we can address it right away. But if you don't have a question at the moment and then you think of one, that's where you can go, or just reach out to us directly.
Oh, there's something that I want to share with everyone that I think makes this grant application unique. That built into the grant, there are 7 or 8 different technical assistance partners, and they are there, and they're multilingual. And they are there to help you they can answer your questions, specific questions about the application, and they can help you with the application. We can advise you on the application, but we're not in a position as they are to really help you fill out the actual application. And you can access that information by going on the grant's website and click the link that says help, and it will take you to a page that lists several of their technical assistance partners, where they're located, and the languages that they specialize in.
We have a new question that came in from Zena Washington. She asks, are nonprofits eligible?
That is a good question. We're going to check on that and let you know. But is the nonprofit organization one of the businesses that was listed on one of the earlier slides?
Mm-hmm. And there are specific grants towards nonprofits. So I also recommend visiting our coronavirus page, laedc.org/coronavirus, where we specify grants and loans per industry, one of which is nonprofits. So this one is very specific to personal care and retail. So if you don't find your industry here, we have many other options and opportunities that you can take a look at. And with that said, if no other questions have come in, I would like to share that we are doing a webinar series continuously, and our next 2 grants are specifically for the industries that are on the screen, one of which is restaurants, which will be a very big one with all of the new reopenings, and shuttered venue operators grant. So stay tuned for times and dates of these 2 specific grants that we'll be sharing information on and presenting about. Please visit LAEDC/coronavirus. That's laedc.org/coronavirus for information on resources and grants and other opportunities that you should definitely take advantage of and that we do update daily. You can also use the link that we will drop in the chat box to complete. This is our intake form. So once we receive an inquiry on this form, someone from our business assistance team will get in contact with you directly to schedule a one-on-one meeting with you. So if you have any questions, concerns, or if you are in need of assistance, please go ahead and complete that intake form and someone will get in contact with you directly. And for those that have missed any information on this presentation and any of the slides, we will be emailing it to you directly as well as putting it up on our website. So if you missed anything, we will be in contact with you as well. We thank you so much for your time and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much.